the money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Get up to winnersandwhiners.com. I really enjoyed their game previews and breakdowns. Every game, every night on the card and in sports. And they have David Hess, the Dominator at Winners and Winers. He's very good with MLB totals. He's hitting 62% this year. He likes a total. He's locked in today. Text VSiN to 320-350-3500 to get it today. Text VSiN 320-350-3500. Here we go.
Great moments in history have begun with a question.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
And what kind of hair product does Mitch Moss use? But Follow the Money wants to know.
Do you concur? Concur with that. What, sir? Do you concur?
Yes. Absolute abomination yesterday down the street. A 3-hour wait at the Palms buffet on seafood night, which leads to other discussions. Longest drive you'd make for food should be no longer than 1 hour. Do you concur?
Well, I mean, so we live in a desert. Outside of Las Vegas, like we're 3.5 hours away from everything. So what are we going to do? Actually, my buddies and I were tempted one time years ago before there was a Chick-fil-A here. We were going to drive to Rancho Cucamonga, 3 hours to have Chick-fil-A.
Oh, my.
We decided against it. Yeah, that probably sounds about right. But if you live in a different city, a bigger city than Las Vegas, it might take you an hour to go. It takes you an hour to drive 4 miles in L.A. So imagine if you want to go to...
No kidding, that's true.
Get a bite to eat somewhere in Malibu. Oh, good luck.
I was thinking about that the last time I went to L.A. We stayed in West Hollywood. We wanted to go to, I think it was Mastro's, but I don't know where it was. Malibu, whatever. I'm like, oh, Christ, how long of an Uber is that?
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I can't do it.
You know...
The one down the street was booked in Beverly Hills.
So strip traffic here can be awful. I think everybody knows that, right? It once took, many years ago, I drove out of the MGM to go to Paris. Not that far. Took me 45 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
What is that, a block and a half?
Yes, it is. Yep. 15 minutes is the longest you should wait in line at a drive-thru. Do you concur?
Well, anything more than that, and you're going to... But here's the problem, though. This happened to me. I won't name the joint. They were totally short-staffed. It was a Friday night. They were super busy. And we went to the drive-thru, only 2 cars in front of us.
You can name them. It's a bad job.
It doesn't matter, because once we got into the drive-thru, they had the curbs on both sides, and then there's a big truck behind me and another one behind that.
But
and
you're
it's
cut
like,
off.
Wait, but it took 35 minutes. But what can I do?
Well, they're a bad job.
I can't.
I know, but they're notorious.
I would do the count. I would do the car count.
Now, what's your car count?
But it depends. I've waited behind 15 cars, give or take, in and out before.
Okay, if it's Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out, yes.
I trust it.
It's a machine.
I'm okay.
Yes.
Other spots, it can't be more than a handful.
Yep, 5. 5's my cutoff if it's not Chick-fil-A.
And you'll do the head count. I see 7 cars. That's not it.
McDonald's is a gong show. Now, if they have the double barrel action, if you have the 2 drive-thrus,
which
they go in and out. But again, they pull those shenanigans. We're pull ahead, sir. We know what you're up to. And the Follow the Money Army's been all over it.
I will say
They're trying
this.
to pad their stats. I want my food now. I'm not pulling up.
Good job by these fast food restaurants, by the way, to realizing that the double drive-through is the way to go.
Double
and
barrel.
they're adding that now more and more.
Get it going. Yeah, because you're right. When you're stuck, you can't pull like the Dave Koken tweet last year. You can't pull like that gal at Starbucks. She's like, I've had enough. She taps out and tries to. She's backing out.
Yeah.
She's backing out. Okay. Yeah, my cutoff's 5. 5 cars.
Fair. Good. All right. The mid-range game is a lost art in the NBA. Do you concur?
Outside of Chris Paul, yes, it is. Now, I understand the long 2 should disappear forever. It's the worst shot in basketball.
Right.
Just back up a couple more feet. They'll give you an extra point, buddy. But that is, that's...
You know who I miss?
Trying to think guys who had nailed it. Kobe was great at that. Chris Paul.
I'll give you a role player.
Vinny Microwave Johnson.
Yep. I'll give you a role player in recent years who was awesome with the mid-range. Loved his game. Sean Livingston.
Okay.
Oh, he
Very
was
good.
Off the bench. That role, phenomenal. More guys should be like that.
I'll give you 2 other guys who they were so good in that area. Closer into the basket, but unbelievable using the backboard and kissing it. Duncan and Scottie Pippen.
Oh, Duncan was the man.
So was Pippen.
Yeah, Pippen was
it
good.
Off the glass.
Yep. Aldridge always had a good mid-range.
Yeah,
when he's up in Portland.
Yeah, I would concur. Absolutely. Yep.
The Orlando Magic are making a big mistake if they draft Jabari Smith number 1 overall. Do you concur?
No. Why would you say that? You could argue Chet. I mean, the kid's 7'1", $180, emaciated. I mean, come on.
At least he could be a project.
Well,
Does
Well,
Jabari Smith
you
does he
don't hire him?
translate well to the NBA?
I think he's actually underrated. I think the guard play was so bad at Auburn, and they couldn't get him the ball, that they held him down.
Here's one thing I'm not going to say, because I've reading articles and people who cover the draft. I'm not going to look at his performance against Miami in the tournament and say this guy shouldn't be drafted. I can't. Jaden Ivey, didn't he have a stink bomb against St. Peter's? I can't look at one game in the tournament and say I can't take this guy number 1 overall or number 2 overall. It's one game. Mm-hmm. Because it came in March Madness, I think that's overhyped.
In light of what's going on in Brooklyn, we will never see another organization in the NBA turn it over to the superstars and let players run things. Do you concur?
Well, not quite yet. I still think we're going to see this happen.
I've changed my mind. Really?
I think we'll see it at least, a couple more years.
According to the New York Daily News, the Nets are outright unwilling to offer Kyrie a long-term extension. Kevin Durant has not spoken to Nets management since the season ended. But Ben Simmons is back on track.
Yeah. What do you think of KD overall?
As a player, person? What's the question?
Person. I'm asking for. I'll tell you why.
Seems like a nice guy. I don't understand why a guy who makes that much money and has made that much money and has accomplished so much is concerned what Glenn in Iowa thinks. To have a burner account and to stay on social media, it blows my mind. I mean, I don't know. That's bizarre.
You ever watch Letterman on Netflix?
Not enough.
Okay, so some of his recent episodes, Kevin Durant's on one of them.
Okay.
So I watched it. I think if you go check it out, it's like 45 minutes maybe. You might have a new appreciation for Kevin Durant. Now, he claims in the interview that he is joking around on social media. That part I'm not so sure about.
No.
I don't
buy that.
Yeah, and David asked him about it. But overall, he asked him about, for what it's worth, he asked him about marijuana. And the last time he was high. Kevin Durant goes, I'm high right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but you need David Letterman, where they shoot this interview, Letterman says, this is where I live in Brooklyn. You got to see where David Letterman lives. It's unbelievable.
How so? Palatial estate or?
God, it's amazing.
Well,
of course, he's made how much money in his career.
Right.
The Baltimore Orioles will win a playoff game before the Dallas Cowboys. Do you concur?
What? How you come up with that? Are you high? The
I'm
Orioles?
Not.
How about you don't lose 100 games? Let's start there. Come on, Cowboys.
They're going to turn this around sooner than you think.
The Cowboys made the playoffs last. They won a playoff game a couple years ago.
I think it was, January of 2019?
Yeah.
When they beat the Seahawks? How many playoff wins do they have going back the last 25 years?
3?
What is it, 3?
3 or 4? Well, come on. They won one a couple years. They were in a playoff game last year.
Sure. So
what are you doing? Baltimore Orioles.
So if you say the Cowboys, if you say the Cowboys, that means that you think the Cowboys will win a playoff game this upcoming season. Because I got news for you.
Oh, that's very aggressive with the Orioles. Come on.
The Orioles could be a playoff team maybe next year.
Come on.
Or the Cowboys have to win a playoff game in the next 2 years. The Orioles are going to be a playoff team sooner than you think. And all they have to do with this.
You don't think the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs?
No. I said win a playoff
this year?
game.
I know, but I'm just saying to get in.
They had home field last year against the 49ers. It's Dak Prescott.
I'll go to war with Mike McCarthy.
You give me this. I like that. You give me 3-1 with the Orioles.
So now I'm getting you 3-1.
Plus 250.
The Orioles to boy, oh boy. I guess
that's a good prop.
No, come on, Orioles.
Side job. If I could do it all over again, I'd do nothing but make props.
You could do it. You could do it. Yes.
One more here. Yeah. Nobody should own more than 3 cars. You concur?
Unless you have a big family? Yes, absolutely. You can only drive one at the same time. It's like I don't understand these people who have 200 pairs of shoes. What are you, the fashion thing? Like the women with 200 bottles of shampoo? Well, I don't get that.
Yep.
And like the ex would always want purses. I mean, how many do you need for Christ's sake with this fashion? But the cars like Reggie Jackson, Seinfeld,
Jay Leno, Floyd Mayweather.
You have to have a ton of money again, but the collect. Whatever happened to the good old days when he collected baseball cards and stamps? What do you got 4 or 5 cars for? I'll tell you, that guy, when the gal bought the Maserati from the guy, you get these rich people who buy it, and then they're like, it just sits there, I don't drive it.
Yeah.
And you get a brand new, you get a Maserati from 5 years ago. It's got 8 miles on it.
I'll tell you what, for a long time, during the pandemic, and then even after that, wife was working out of the house. We got rid of 1 car, went down to 1. It was a thing of beauty.
I don't get it.
Now she had to. She works different hours now, so we have to get 2. In a perfect world, we'd have better public transportation. I love public transportation. I could win megabucks today. Let's say it was $100 million. The last thing I would do is go out and buy 5 cars.
That's what I
don't need it.
No.
Unnecessary.
No.
I'd concentrate on other things that are way more important to me. I don't think I'll ever have more than 3 cars ever at one time in my life at the same time. Don't need it.
Don't need it.
No.
Get a Mercedes. 12 years, I never had one issue. 12 years.
Yeah. Upgrade a little bit.
Yeah. Then I was doing 80 to 25 and ran in the wall.
Well, that's I think we need to expand on that story at some point.
No, we don't.
We will recap last night's betting action with Win Some, Lose Some coming up next.